Oh my god, everything that could go wrong while I'm trying to film this video is going wrong. This is literally my third time trying to record this. Please like this video. Hello, welcome back to my channel. So, if you've been on TikTok the past few months, you might have seen this girl on your For You page. Her name is Renata, and she is a model from Russia. Her first TikTok on her TikTok account is from 2020, but she's really blown up in these past few months. She's grown to have over 13 million followers, and it's hard to find a TikTok on her page that doesn't have over a million views. Some of them are even up to like the 20 to 40 million mark. So yeah, it's safe to say she's become a bit popular recently. But in the past few days, an interview of her from about 6 months ago has gained a lot of popularity as well, only not for a good reason. Let's talk about it. I thought I fixed my focus. I know, I've gotten so many comments about my camera's focus. I'm sorry. I don't know what I did. I thought I just fixed it, and I didn't. I didn't. Anyway, but first, who is Renata? Renata Valialina, whose username is riwww, RI World Wide Web, is a model from Russia, as I said, Moscow to be specific, and it's very hard to find info on Renata. Usually in my intro section of the video, I say the name, birthplace, age, but with Renata, that's a little bit difficult. There's a rumor, or I guess an allegation against Renata that she is apparently lying about her age. In her TikTok bio and in previous videos, she's claimed to be 18 years old. However, there are people that claim that she's actually 23 and is lying about her age. If someone knows how this rumor started, please let me know. I tried to find it and I simply couldn't. I've seen this rumor for a while now, even before she was called out for what I'm going to be talking about today, but on TikTok it's harder to find sources of information or the starting place of certain things. Whenever I saw the rumor, it was just people in comments going, isn't she actually 23? And someone will reply and go, no, she's 18. But then someone else will go, yes, she's lying. I saw it on an old Russian modeling portfolio. But then they don't give that source. And then someone else will go, actually, she's 21. And I saw this on a website that I'm not going to give. So whatever. I do have this clip from the interview where this newest controversy stems from, where the interviewer actually confronts Renata about her lying about her age, and Renata says that she lied about her age in the past, but it's not how people are claiming in this allegation. She says that when she was 14, she told people online that she was 18 just so she could talk to adults. But really, she was 14 at the time, making her 18 now. So I think that the allegation is stemming from that, about her lying, and that back then she actually was 18, making her 22 or 23 now. Anyway, I don't want to talk about that bit too much. When I was looking into her, I found sites that said 18, 21, 22, 23. I can't tell you her age, but given the context of the actual controversy, the meat and potatoes of today's video, I don't think her being 21 versus 23 makes a difference or plays into the issue at all. It's just something that people have said about her for a while, and I like to cover everything, touch all the bases in these videos in terms of the backgrounds of the people I talk about, and that includes controversies, so yeah. Anyway, a few days ago, probably at this point it might even be a week ago, this clip started to go around on TikTok of Renata from a YouTube video that was posted 6 months ago. It's an hour and 20 minute long YouTube video, and it's just a one-on-one between her and this interviewer, and it's all in Russian, so I can't give an exact breakdown, but from what I've gathered, it's just a casual, almost a podcast style interview of Renata's life as a model, telling little stories, talking about a previous drama that Renata had been in during her time in Russia in regards to her sleeping with her best friend's boyfriend, just random parts of her life. And around the 1 hour and 10 minute mark is where we get the clip that's blown up. Renata is talking about her love life and traveling, and I'll play the clip that's going around with the English translation, but basically she says that she had traveled around for around a year, and the only men around were, quote, ugly black men. But worse than that is that people that know Russian are actually claiming that she didn't say ugly black men, she said the N slur.
Как между вами завязались любовные отношения? Ой, да хуй знает, я просто не ебалась долго. Ну, блядь, я год путешествовала, там были только негры.
Now, when this clip started circulating, a lot of people were upset and started to call Renata out because, hey, a little bit of an out-of-pocket thing to say, especially while like laughing, like you just told the funniest joke you've ever heard. And after a few days of this clip going around and her receiving more and more comments, Renata posts about the video on her Instagram story and she says this: "Hi everyone, I would do a live to address this, however my English is not great and this is a sensitive topic, so I wouldn't want to say anything in an incorrect manner. However, whoever translated this video did a very poor job. In the Russian language, with the proper context, I was saying that I was stranded in a foreign country surrounded by foreigners far from my home. Nowhere did I say anyone was ugly, nor did I ever mention anything about people from a specific race being ugly. As someone who escaped Russia seeking a home free of homophobia, racism, and bigotry, it's very disheartening to see something outlandish about me on the internet, and I hope whoever made this realizes how wrong this is." I've seen the criticism of this statement saying that it's weird how she claims she didn't want to apologize at the moment because of her poor English, but she was able to type this whole thing out. And like, I guess that's fair, but also there's the possibility that someone who is better at English helped her type that, or like translate that from the Russian version of what she was saying, you know, for her. That's really here nor there. Point is, she addressed it, and yeah, everything was fine after that, and this is the end of the video. Or at least it would be if no one else on earth spoke Russian. Yeah, so when she posted that is when it started to get worse, because at this point is when people who speak both English and Russian were like, no, you said the N slur. Because up until that point, people were going off the translation of ugly black men. So when Renata tried to say she didn't say that, Russian speakers were like, I mean, you're right, you didn't say that, but you're still wrong because this is what you actually said. And at this point is where I'll specify, Renata did not actually say the N slur in the sense of like the hard R or even the A. The word that Americans made for black people. She didn't physically say that word because in Russia, that's just not a part of their language, I believe. However, what she said was this word, and that word is different from this word. This word means black person, just with no like connotation attached. However, the word Renata used also means black person, but with more of the negative connotation. It's the offensive way of saying this word. It's essentially the N slur in like Russian equivalent, you know? So the backlash only grew from there because people were like, girl, you're lying. And then people started to pull more clips from this interview and translate them, which led to more backlash about Renata saying some fatphobic things. There's this story Renata was telling about like underwear or something, and she essentially says, well, you're fat. If I was you, I wouldn't show my body either, or something like that. And then after that, some pictures came out of her wearing native headdresses, and there was also her wearing a Chinese traditional dress, but like a modern, I guess, sexier version. The picture, this is obviously not the actual traditional dress. They're not supposed to be that short, and I don't think they're supposed to be that tight fitting. But yeah, these pictures being brought up led to the accusation of her being a cultural appropriator, which caused even more backlash. And so eventually she had to make a video statement on everything, which I will now play.
Hello everyone, so first I want to say that I'm not speaking English well, and I translated this and I'm reading this in my notes, so I don't say anything wrong or forget anything. I've seen the video going around and I wanted to make it clear that I didn't say the N-word. When I said the translation was wrong, I meant the clip going around was taken out of context, not that translation itself was wrong. I'm still working for my English, so it's difficult for me to say what I'm thinking. I'm sorry for what I say, and there is no excuse for it. I was being very sarcastic in this interview, and I didn't mean to hurt anyone's feelings or offend anyone. I should not have said this, and I understand that it was wrong, and I'm sorry to anyone I hurt. I know how it feels to be hated for my nationality, and I would never be racist towards anyone. My family is Tatar, and I grew up in Russia. I was bullied because of this, and I moved to the USA to get away from the racism and homophobia in Russia. There's also a few things I wanted to clear up as well. I'm 18 and I don't know why people think that I'm 23. There's photos of me wearing a headpiece and wearing a traditional dress. In Russia, we weren't educated on cultural appropriation. My friends are teaching me about this now because I didn't know what it was. Again, I'm sorry to anyone I hurt by wording this, it was not my intention. I know I have made mistakes in my life and I apologize for those, and I'm working every day to grow and to be a better person. And thank you for your time to listen, and I'm sorry to anyone I hurt.
First thing I want to get out of the way, because I've seen people use this as criticism, I don't give a shit that she's reading off a script. I'm reading off a script right now. I don't think there's anything wrong with pre-preparing what you want to say to ensure that you say it correctly, especially if what you're saying is in a language that you don't know that well, just to get that out of the way. I don't care that it's scripted. But talking about what she's actually saying in this video, I just immediately have two notes, I guess. The first thing she says is that she didn't say the N slur, which, as we've established, is a lie. Well, I mean, I guess it's not, because, again, she didn't, say the American N slur, but she said the Russian equivalent, which doesn't make it less racist. But the next thing she says is that when she claimed that the translation was wrong, what she actually meant was that the clip was taken out of context, not that the actual translation was wrong. I personally find that to be a bit weird and contradictory. You can't have not said the N slur and the translation be correct, if that makes sense. If you're saying that the translation is correct, and the translation says that you said the Russian N slur, how can you say you didn't say the N slur, you know? And also she says that the clip was taken out of context, but then she doesn't give the context, and either way, I don't think that there is a context where saying that word would be appropriate. She then does apologize for what she said, which is, again, contradicting her statement that she didn't say it, but whatever. And then she says that she was being very sarcastic in the interview, which I'm not sure how that matters or changes what she said, but that's just what she said. Skipping ahead a bit to her addressing the accusations of cultural appropriation, she says that in Russia they aren't taught about cultural appropriation, and she simply didn't know that wearing those things was wrong, and she apologizes for that, which in my opinion is the most solid part of her video. It's straight to the point, and to me at least it feels sincere. Yeah, that's essentially her apology, and before I talk about this next bit, I want to make it clear I'm not accepting her apology. Me going over this and pointing out when things seem sincere, or even me just saying she apologized, is not me accepting the apology. It's just putting things on the timeline. It's not my place to accept it, and I'm not trying to. Anyway, so at this point in the video, this is kind of an open conversation. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments, because something that I find interesting is the conversation that was started in the comments of her apology in regards to Americans holding non-Americans to the American standard, I guess is the best way to have worded that. Russian culture and societal norms are drastically different from America. Things like homophobia, sexism, and racism are far more normalized. Even if America still has issues with those things, in Russia it's worse, you know? And not that that makes these things okay, it's just kind of the truth. A very large part of me wants to say racism is bad, no matter what, and if other Russian people can recognize that what Renata said was terrible, then she should have known as well. But then there's the part that's am I looking at this from too much of an American lens? You know, if someone is not taught that this is wrong, how mad can we be? I think, though, in regards to the racism, considering, again, other Russian people have called Renata out, and she herself in her apology, both on that Instagram story and her video, have said that she left Russia because of its homophobia and racism. So I don't think that she should get a pass just because she's Russian and racism is different there. She's made it clear that she recognizes that there is a problem with how much racism was prevalent, and yet she still contributed to it, and that's not okay. But in regards to cultural appropriation, I think that that has even more nuance. A lot of people have echoed Renata's claims that cultural appropriation is just not something that's taught in Russia, and therefore it goes back to the how mad can you be at someone for something that they've never known was a problem. And there is the side of it that's well, Renata's a very famous model that travels to a ton of different places. She seems to frequently be in America, and I'm pretty sure she doesn't even live in Russia anymore. And she also has the internet, which can be such an eye-opener to different cultures and societal norms. She should have taken the time to learn about things like cultural appropriation, especially with how frequently she's in the United States, where it's kind of a big no-no here. But then it's how? How could she have sought out information on something that she never knew existed? I think the issue of cultural appropriation is up to the individual, your stance on it, I guess. wait, no, I worded that wrong. Her explanation, you know, like how you feel about her saying that is up to you. But at the end of the day, the opinion that matters is the opinion of those cultures that she could have possibly offended, which, based on her comments, I've seen a lot of people of those cultures being understanding to her being unaware of cultural appropriation. So I don't know. There's not much more for me as a white person to say about it at that point. But yeah, I will say I think that there are a lot of people that aren't accepting her apology. There does seem to be a lot of people that are trying to continue to hold her accountable, which, fair enough, I guess. You know, there is a big issue on TikTok about people getting away with things because of conventional attractiveness, which Renata is conventionally attractive. She's a model, she's beautiful, but she's a very beautiful woman, you know, but when she opens her mouth, it's like dirt.
She's obviously a very, very beautiful woman, but when she opens up her mouth, you know, it's like dirt.
That's kind of, I guess that's summing it up right there. Yeah, that was this. There's not really a resolution to it. She had posted that and she hasn't really posted since, so I guess we'll see whenever she posts again how people are feeling about it. But that was today's video. If you like this video, please like this video, actually, because this was like weirdly hard to film. Like, I just had a lot of shit going on, like on the technical side and on my brain side, just having a time. So if you could like this video, that'd be a little appreciated. And comment on it as well, and subscribe since you're already like down in that area. And I'll see you soon. Okay, thank you, goodbye. Ew, I don't, whatever.